Today we talk about the hottest prospect in the UFC right now, Khamzat Chimaev. What people love about Khamzat is his willingness to fight anyone at a moment's notice. At either welterweight or middleweight, he holds the current UFC records for the shortest amount of time between 2 victories, as well as 3 consecutive victories. It is Chimaev's wrestling, relentless pursuit of takedowns, smothering top control, submissions and brutal ground and pound that have made him a staple in the UFC and in MMA. In this video, we wanted to recap Khamzat's most crazy knockout victories to date. Let's get into it. Gerald Meerschaert. 8 weeks after his last UFC fight, Khamzat Chimaev is back in the octagon with UFC veteran Gerald Meerschaert. Gerald has over 40 fights to his name and has competed at the highest level for years. Although Meerschaert has lost 4 of his last 6 fights going into this contest, many believe this could be a tough test for Chimaev, given that Gerald is an experienced grappler and submission artist. However, Khamzat has superb striking as well as grappling. Hence, he planned on staying off the ground and trading strikes with Gerald. The fight started as most Khamzat's fights do, which putting pressure on his opponent. Chimaev pressured Gerald to the cage where he stalked Gerald and looked for the correct opening. They would trade strikes briefly in the first 10 seconds of the fight. Neither man landed anything significant. Then a few seconds later, Khamzat lands a straight right hand that completely flattens Meerschaert. Gerald is crumbling backwards into the cage. Chimaev is all over him and finishes off Meerschaert with following up strikes. The fight is waved off and stopped by the referee just 17 seconds into the opening round, making this smashing the quickest of Khamzat's career. Rhys McKee. Only 10 days after his UFC debut, Chimaev squared off against UFC newcomer Rhys McKee in the welterweight division on Fight Island. McKee is from Northern Ireland and was 10-2 heading into this fight. He is well-rounded, but he is an experienced striker. Khamzat did not come to strike or trade blows on the feet. He took Rhys down immediately. Chimaev picked McKee up and dragged McKee to the other side of the octagon. Khamzat controlled the legs and wrist while he assumed full mount position. Chimaev clearly had the grappling advantage. From here, Chimaev unloaded with vicious strikes from the mount position. Rhys kept eating punches, hammer fists and elbows. Whenever Rhys tried to move, Chimaev adjusted his position and kept control. Khamzat never gave McKee the chance to get up. Chimaev kept unloading on the strikes until the referee had called a stop to the fight at just over 3 minutes into the first round. Khamzat was awarded the TKO victory. Another opponent smashed. In this smashing, Chimaev set the UFC record for the shortest time in between victories with 10 days. Ikram Aliskerov. Khamzat Chimaev met Ikram in a middleweight contest at Brave CF 23 in Jordan of April of 2019. Both fighters were undefeated and trying to remain that way. A big win in this regional promotion could lead to a call from the UFC. Ikram is from Dagestan and multiple-time Sambo world champion, very similar to Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov, who we talked about in another video. Ikram was undefeated and looking to advance his MMA career. Khamzat had a tough test in the form of Ikram. The fight started off with both men trading punches and takedown attempts for the first 30 seconds. Khamzat connects with a big left hand that drops Ikram. Ikram gets back up and recovers quickly, only to be met with more strikes and takedown attempts from Chimaev. Ikram intelligently initiates the clinch off, defending a takedown, and Khamzat spends the next minute or so here trying to take Ikram down while working from the clinch. Then both men separate and began to trade strikes. Out of nowhere, Chimaev connects with a huge right uppercut that absolutely smashes Ikram. He crumbles to the mat and is out cold. The fight is waved off, and Khamzat added another dominant finish to his resume. Marko Kisič. These two undefeated fighters squared off at Brave CF 18 in November of 2018. Both men took the center of the cage quickly and began exchanging big blows, with Khamzat being the aggressor. Marko throws several low kicks, of which Khamzat catches and brings Marko down to the canvas. Khamzat would land several blows and then disengage to allow Marko to get up. This made sure that Khamzat did not get caught in any sneaky submissions from Marko. About a minute into the first round, Khamzat connects with several blows that back Marko towards the fence. Khamzat ties Marko up and takes him down close to the fence. Khamzat lands in side control and begins to go to work with ground strikes and submission attempts. After escaping an armbar attempt from Marko, Khamzat gets back up to his feet. Marko gets up and the two men exchange on their feet briefly. Chimaev drops Marko with a huge right hand and pounces on him while he is hurt. Marko absorbs some big shots but is trying to scramble and improve his position. However, after more strikes landed by Khamzat, the referee steps in to stop the fight. Khamzat wins by technical knockout 3 minutes and 15 seconds into the first round. Guard Olv Sagan. Khamzat Chimaev turned professional on May of 2018 at International Ring Fight Arena 14 against Guard Olv Sagan in Sweden. Khamzat takes the center of the cage and comes out swinging at Guard. He is looking for the knockout early, but Guard moves out of the way of most of these strikes. In the first round, these men simply trade heavy strikes. Both landed and caught some big strikes. In the second round, Khamzat catches Sagan with a big right hand that drops Sagan to the canvas. Sagan is clearly hurt, but is still scrambling while Khamzat lands big strikes. After some brutal ground and pound from top position, the referee stops the fight. Khamzat wins by technical knockout in the second round. Bonus: John Phillips, UFC on ESPN. Khamzat Chimaev made his UFC debut on a few weeks' notice against UFC veteran John Phillips in a middleweight contest at Fight Island on July 16, 2020. John Phillips is a well-rounded mixed martial artist with over 30 fights. He has competed against some big names like Kevin Holland and Jun Young Park. Many were excited for Khamzat to debut due to his impressive run in Brave CF, where he finished all his opponents by knockout or submission. Khamzat did not disappoint. He took John down right away and began to implement stiff top control and repeatedly passed John's guard. This allowed Khamzat to open up with strikes from the top position. These strikes forced John to move in order to defend himself, thus opening space for submissions. Which is exactly what happened. Khamzat snuck his arms under Phillips' neck and secured a Bravo choke. John would succumb to the choke early in the second round. John Phillips was smashed by Chimaev and Khamzat was awarded the submission victory. What did you think of this list? Are there any dominant performances from Khamzat that you think I left off the list? Who do you think can beat Khamzat? Let me know in the comments. Please remember to smash the like button if you enjoyed the video, it helps me out a ton. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell to get informed every time we drop a new video. I appreciate you guys watching until the end, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.